Frederick John Kempster, the British Giant, died April 15th, 1918, aged 29 years. Today we're in Blackburn at Blackburn Old Cemetery, and we've come to find the giant grave of Frederick Kempster. Now this is your classic Victorian cemetery, opened in 1857. I'm a bit out of breath because look at the view. It's quite a hike up here. Now most of it doesn't look too accessible because of all the holes in the ground and all the brambles, but I'll do my best for you and see what we can find. Margaret Whiteley, 1913, some sort of copper plaque on there. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, it's all really overgrown. There's no real way to get through. Let's head back up. Right, which way are we gonna go? Let's head straight up to Frederick's grave. So Frederick was born in London in 1889, and he lived with various siblings, the youngest being his brother George. On Christmas Day in 1897, their father died, leaving their mother to look after them all. Eventually she couldn't afford to keep the children, and the two youngest, George and Frederick, ended up in foster care, eventually both emigrating to Canada when Frederick was just 10 years old. Which is hard to imagine, isn't it? A 10-year-old going on such a voyage like that. There's a plaque. John Lewis, instrumental in formation of Blackburn Rovers FC in 1875. So Blackburn Rovers Football Club is a soccer team if you're in America. John Lewis, who fell asleep January 13th, 1926 with his wife Alice. Oh look, there's the club's logo on the back with the Lancashire Rose. Some over here that look a bit worse for wear. Weeping willow covering an urn, and this is for Richard, who died in 1858. One here with an urn on the top. Another Richard Hilton, 1856. William Cunliffe, 1878, I think that says. Some of the bushes here. Got all these in here. Very random cemetery. Frederick eventually returned from Canada due to being unfit for work, and he ended up joining a circus and travelling around Europe. Here's his plaque. So he was one of the tallest men in England between 1967 and 1993. Wow. And here's his grave. It's incredible, isn't it? Look how long that is. It must be about 10 to 11 feet long, with Frederick being 8 foot 4 inches. You can see there by my feet how long it actually is. Here's the inscription: in affectionate remembrance of Frederick John Kempster, the British giant, died April 15th, 1918, aged 29 years. And Frederick died of pneumonia while he was on tour with a circus here in Blackburn, and they had to remove the window of the hotel he died in to get his coffin out. That must have been quite the sight to watch. There's my foot again for sense of scale. Absolutely incredible. It's nice to see it's been looked after recently though. Rest in peace, Frederick. So I just came here for Frederick's grave really, but I might as well check out the rest of the cemetery while we're here, if you want to stick around for that. Not actually sure if there's anything of interest here. John Proudlove, 1908, and Mary, his wife. It's a nice autumn walk, isn't it, if there's nothing else interesting? These signs everywhere say it's not safe to walk up there, so we'll respect that and stick to the main paths. Alfred Walmsley Sharp, born 1858, died 1864. I've not seen any squirrels yet, which is surprising for cemeteries. All these obelisks, usually a sign of Freemasons, isn't it? Let's have a look at this one. Harry Kitcher, 1888. Nothing about Freemasonry. Probably is, isn't it? Probably a well-connected person of the town. It's unusual, isn't it? Lovely urn at the top. There's a big hole to the left of this one, so I think I'll pass on that. John Berry, died in 1860, age 51. Pilkington Brothers, manager at Pilkington Brothers, Park Place Mills, by his employees by the looks of it. Long and faithful services. It's nice, isn't it? Joseph McVitie, 1866. Weeping Willow. Not sure if I can get through there. George Dewsbury this way. Never heard of George Dewsbury, but let's go see if we can find him, seeing as he's got his own sign.
I've got something in the shoe. Ah, still there. Jesus. Yeah, it's still there. Alright, I think it's gone. George Kempster this way. God, it's miles away. Naked. Where is he? George Dewhurst this way. It's never ending this. Must be a big monument if it's got some signs. Is this it with the flag? Is it? A. Hodgkinson? No, that's not it. No idea where it is then. Signs just end. Let's try this way. Is this it? No.
Oh, this is it. I can see the name on the side. Finally. George Dewhurst. Who are you? Tubal Cain Smith and his wife. Also George, the beloved son of Tubal. It's a strange name. Tubal. Tubal? No idea. Erected by his friends and fellow townsmen as a mark of respect for his private worth and consistent support of the great principles of the political and social reform. As a man he was conscientious, and earnest. As a citizen, patriotic. Lovely. Oh, there we go. Always a good idea to go to the front. George Dewhurst, who was a member of the council of the borough of Blackburn from the time of its incorporation. Wow. Died in 1857. Rest in peace, George. The original urn. Not sure where the head's gone off this one. Probably in the brambles somewhere. Evelyn, devoted wife of Richard Entwistle, 1937. This place just goes on forever. It looks cold today. It's not. I just have to take my jacket off. We're having a really mild autumn here in the UK. Very muggy and humid. Can't get any closer to that one. I wonder how they're going to sort the ground out here so it's a bit more stable. It's a lot of work to do. Thomas Isherwood, 1913. Just getting drawn to this angel behind the tree. So watch me footing, there's holes everywhere under this grass. That's lovely, isn't it? Look at that. My beloved parents Amos Yates and Mary. Stunning. Don't think I'll go any further down there. Let's head back to the path. Oop. Just seen an interesting grave at the top there. Just past this tall one on the right. Meet you up there. This is for Sir Edwin Hamer, I think that says. Mayor of this town, 1899 to 1900. Justice of the Peace for this borough, Lancashire. How cool's that? 1916. That was worth the walk up. Walked straight past this one before. In memory of William Livingston, 1863, aged 50. James Eccles and Margaret, his wife. Also Jane. John Wilson Hewitt. Cool design. There's another plaque here. Can you find any holes in these beech trees made by birds or insects? No. Too busy falling down your holes. Can't read that, it's too shiny. George Briggs died in 1910, aged 87. I wish there'd be a bit more detail of like what the jobs were or their role in society. Star of David on this one. James Varley died in 1884 with Mary's wife and Jane daughter. See if we can get to this one without breaking an ankle. It's quite unusual, isn't it? It's a bit too high up to read on the top. See if you can see anything. Don't know why it's so high up. So it's like it is a war grave, isn't it? I've never seen it mounted in another grave like that. James Meadowcroft, Royal Engineers, age 19. So young, weren't they, some of them? Some more war graves here, or one at least. It's a weird jumble of graves, isn't it? All these rocks popping out. Frank Johnson, Maud Johnson, killed in action in Normandy. Various Johnson family members. Guess they're all in there. It's really unusual. Well, I think we've seen everything of interest for this place. It's a shame you can't get to most of it because of all the brambles and the holes everywhere. Maybe we'll come back and do a revisit. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.